Hi wonderful person watching this video. Today I'm gonna teach/tell you guys how to make the cheer team. First of all, this video is about how to make your high school cheer team because that's the only thing I've done. This fall, I'm going to be a senior. So like right now, technically I'm a junior. But I'm going to be a senior in August. So this is just my kind of advice that I've done since freshman year. So let's get started. First, I'm going to say I have stuff written down right here. But first I want to say if there's a cheer clinic or like a practice day for you to learn the material and get to know the coaches and stuff, go to that, because in the fall time our fall cheer team doesn't do that, but our winter cheer team does. So go to that practice thing first because it helps you a lot. Learn the cheer and they work with you to teach you the cheers. So go to the clinic because it's gonna help a lot, and you'll also see possibly your new teammates too, so you should go to it because it'll help you out a lot. I feel like I should say things you should know before I say the tryout stuff. So things you should know about cheer. One thing is make sure you're okay with being any position in stunts, because stunts are gonna change because you're not gonna have the same group of people with you. Sometimes it's gonna switch. Some people are gonna be sick. Some people are gonna miss a game, so you're gonna have to switch groups, and it's a lot. So just make sure you're okay with being a flyer or being a side base or a back base, because you're gonna switch a lot. And also I want to say not everyone's gonna be a flyer, so just be prepared if you're trying to go into cheer being oh, I'm gonna be a flyer. You might be, but just be okay with if you're gonna be a side base. Side base are fun too. In 8th grade, when I was thinking about doing cheer, I was I'm gonna be a flyer. I'm short and I'm more petite, I guess, so I thought I was gonna be a flyer. But the first day of practice, they're oh, tonight you're gonna be a base, and I was okay, I'm fine with that. And then ever since, I've just been a base. Senior year, I think one of the games I'm gonna have to fly because it's gonna be my last game or something, and I'm scared but yeah, just make sure you're fine with being another position. And things you should also know is to make sure you practice your cheers at home, because it helps a lot. I'm saying this helps a lot, for real, this helps, because I know sometimes me and my teammates even do it at school sometimes, in the middle, if we're working on something, we're just yeah. So just make sure you're practicing because it helps a lot, and you're gonna have to know the cheers all 4 years if you want to do it, or just not all 4 years. If you're gonna do it for a year, you're gonna have to know them. So, and make sure because if you practice more, you're not gonna forget it and you're not gonna mess up. So make sure you get to know your teammates because you'll be with them for a while. So just make sure you're being friendly and trying to be friends, be acquaintances with everybody, because you're gonna be with them for a while, so you might as well get to know them. And injuries in cheer happen all the time, so if you're gonna be in cheer, just know there's gonna be a lot of injuries, and you I won't say you're most likely gonna get hurt, but there's a possibility. We do a lot of hard skills, and I'm gonna explain the scar because I didn't explain it earlier. But basically, I was doing a back tuck at cheer, and when I landed, I scraped my nose on the ground, and it's a really weird spot. And now there's it's just kind of bound to happen. You're gonna get hurt, but you're gonna have wrist injuries sometimes, and might get concussion from stunts, and you might have bruises on your arm. I know you might get bruises or sore a lot because if you're catching people, you get bruises, or if you're a flyer, you're gonna hit your arm on somebody. So just, you might be prepared for some injuries. And the last thing I would say is do cheer for the right reasons, I guess, because the little stereotype of being a cheerleader, but it's not like that. It's literally not like that. So just make sure you're doing it because you want to do it, not because you want to wear the uniform, walk around school. And I'm a cheerleader, so, but it's fine. Just make sure you want to do cheer. Okay, now for the real tryout tips that I'm gonna share with you. Okay, so you're at the tryout, right? And say you don't know the cheer or the dance that well. Practice with people that are with you, because most likely you're gonna be with 2 other people, so you're gonna go in groups of 3. Make sure you grab, like, I don't know, like a friend or someone like you think you might be close with. Just bring them over, and then you guys practice together, because that's gonna help you both remember and like ease nerves and like, oh, I'm so nervous and stuff. So just make sure you're with somebody so you can practice, and invite other people too if you want. And then I was just gonna say, like, everyone's super nervous, so just make sure like you're being kind and like, hey, you want to practice with us, or like get to know people, because those might be your new teammates for the year, so you might want to get to know them. And I would suggest too stretching ahead of time, like before you even go to the tryout, but also there, because you want to make sure your body's warm and you don't hurt anything while you're trying out. Well, I sound like I know what I'm doing. I sound like I don't know. But yeah, make sure you stretch, because if you do your jump and you didn't stretch, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna hurt, and no, just stretch at home and there. You usually try out with 3 other people, usually in the same grade. At my school, we did the same grade. So if I'm gonna be an incoming senior, 2 other seniors are gonna be next to me. Okay, so like, you're thinking about what jumps you're gonna do. Make sure you do your toe touch, or if you get 2 options, I'm pretty sure you get 2 options. Do your toe touch or hurdler, because your toe touch, just do your toe touch, because the toe touch is what like most people do, I guess. So make sure you practice your toe touch, and make sure you get other people to watch your toe touch and be like, oh, this is good, this is good. Oh, make sure you point your toes, or make sure your knees are going up. Just make sure someone's like watching you, so before you go in the room, to make sure your jump is as good as possible, because there's gonna be a lot of good toe touches. And okay, while you're doing the cheer, make sure your motions are super tight, and like, I don't know, like, just make sure they're tight, and like, I don't know, just make sure you're super tight, and yeah. And then when you're doing the cheer, make sure you're being super loud and smile, even if you mess up, because I know I go like this when I mess up. Do not do that. Just keep going. And honestly, most people do mess up at some point of it, but if you just keep smiling, they won't even notice. Just keep going with it, because if you mess up at a game, you still gotta keep smiling. Yeah, and make sure you're really loud and pronounce your words. It's like, let's go state, like, I don't know, just make sure you're being loud and pronouncing your words. It's gonna help a lot. And yeah, just make sure your motions are really tight. And okay, now like for like tumbling and stuff, you don't have, at my school, you didn't have to have tumbling to get in. Like, tumbling was just like bonus points basically. So I'm pretty sure freshman year, either I did a round off back handspring or I didn't, because I'm pretty sure freshman year I had a mental block. I didn't do my round off back handspring till the last game because I was scared to do it at school. But if you have tumbling, show it off, because, not show off, but like, do it at the tryout, because they're gonna see that and then they're gonna know, oh, they're a tumbler, and that will actually help you a lot. And if you don't have tumbling, that's completely fine. Just make sure your jump is super good and your motions are really good, because that helps you a lot too. Because a lot of girls in my team, they're super good and they don't have tumbling and they're still really good because their motions and their jumps are really good. So practice your motions, practice your jumps. I'm gonna link down below like a motions video and just like form and everything. I'm just gonna link like maybe like 3 or 2 videos how to help you with that. So make sure you guys watch that, because that's gonna save you. Oh, okay, so another thing is like, if you know say you know certain people that are gonna do cheer, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do cheer. Like, maybe I don't like this person, or those types of people. I don't know if I can handle being around them for like 3 months. Make sure you're doing cheer for you. And if you're not comfortable with people around you, just try to make at least one good friend that you know is like you can handle, and just make sure it's fine. It's a team. Like, not everyone you're gonna like, but like, make sure you're fine with everyone on the team. And yeah, just not everyone you're gonna be friends with. It's fine, but yeah, just just make sure you're cool with at least like one person, so you have that like go-to person. Oh, for like cheer shoes, uniforms, all that. The uniforms at my school, the uniforms are provided, so like they already paid for it. We just get them handed out in the beginning of the year, and then that's like our uniform for the season. But shoes, I think we pay for that. So shoes are like range from like $50 to like $100 for cheer shoes, and that can be really expensive. So I should tell you right now that like shoes, I think you pay for. Sometimes bows, if you want to wear bows to practice or at games, sometimes they pay, and that's gonna cost a bit. Oh, just make sure you're being like a good person all around, because I guess coaches are like seeing all that. So just make sure you're just not like, I don't know, like gossiping, or just like not being a nice person at practice or games or anything during the cheer season, because coaches will know, they'll find out, and that's not going to be good. Because like, be yourself, but just make sure you're being kind to other people around you. That is really all the advice I can give you, because if you like my advice, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe down below, and yeah, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.